In the incredibly crowded world of crypto, every single new project has to answer a really simple question. Why should anyone even care? It's a tough one, for sure. But the source material for this project, Apertum, has a very direct answer. So let's break down what they're saying. And you've got to ask this, right? I mean, with new tokens and platforms launching what feels like every single day, it is so easy to get lost in the noise. Is Apertum just another drop in that huge digital ocean? Well, the source document doesn't dodge that question at all. In fact, it tackles it head on. And boom, there's your answer. That is a really bold claim to make right out of the gate. They're not just saying Apertum is different, they're saying it's foundational, and it's already been recognized for it. The two words to really zero in on here are award-winning and layer one. So what evidence does the source actually give us to back that up? Well, hey, if you're going to call yourself award-winning, you better show the receipts, right? And this first section of the document, it does exactly that. It focuses on the specific industry recognition that Apertum has supposedly received. Okay, so here's the detail that's supposed to back up that award-winning claim. According to the source, Apertum was named the top Layer 1 blockchain by the FinanceFeeds Awards for 2025. Now, this isn't some vague pat on the back. It's a specific named award from a financial media publication, and it's really the first big pillar of their whole argument. An award is a great validator, no doubt, but that's only one piece of the puzzle. How does that kind of recognition actually translate into market interest? This is where the source material pivots, shifting from those accolades to some hard data from one of the biggest platforms in all of crypto. And this is a pretty powerful indicator of what people are actually interested in right now. Think about it. Getting into the top 3 for trending on a site like CoinMarketCap, that doesn't just happen by accident. It means a ton of people are actively searching for it, clicking on it, wanting to know more. This number isn't about price, it's about pure current buzz. Now, it's really important to see how this number works with the last one. Trending is all about recent hype, what's hot this week. But this rank, top 400 globally, that's about something else entirely, market capitalization, basically the total value of all its coins. This gives us a snapshot of its actual size compared to the thousands of other assets out there. So beyond awards and market data, the source points to another kind of social proof, media coverage. Getting a feature on a platform like Forbes Digital Assets is presented here as a pretty big stamp of legitimacy. It suggests the project is making enough waves to get the attention of the mainstream financial media. Okay, so we've seen the awards, we've seen the market data, but that term, layer 1, keeps popping up all through the document. It's obviously central to how they see themselves. So what in the world does it actually mean for a project to be a layer 1? And this is absolutely the key. The easiest way to think of a layer 1 is like the fundamental operating system. It's not just an app on your phone, it's the actual iOS or Android that everything else runs on. So by calling itself a layer 1, Apertum is basically putting itself in the same category as the giants of the space like Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's a claim about being the bedrock, the infrastructure. So let's just pull all of this together for a second. The entire argument presented in the source material really boils down to these 3 pillars, right? You've got the formal industry award, you have the market data that shows people are genuinely interested, and you've got the validation from mainstream media. According to the document, that's the core case for Apertum. And this tagline here, it's clearly designed to tie everything together in a neat little bow. Built for the future, that points to its technical identity as a layer 1 platform, and recognized by the industry, well, that just wraps up all the evidence we just looked at. The awards, the market data, and the media features. It's a super concise summary of their whole message. So, after making this case, laying out all the evidence, the source document moves to the final step. What are you, the reader, supposed to do with all this information? What's the next move? And there you have it. The call to action is pretty straightforward. The source material basically says, hey, if any of this intrigued you, go to our official website. They're positioning it as the logical next step for anyone who wants to dig a little deeper into the project. And that leaves us with a final and I think really crucial thought. We've just walked through the case for Apertum, exactly as it's presented in this document. A case built on awards, media mentions, and market trends. But it brings up a much bigger question for all of us who follow the space. Are those the metrics that truly signal long-term, lasting success? That's something to think about.